Allah is my heart's speech. Your mercy is what I beseech. Keep in my heart your remembrance, and in your deen allow me to advance. Help me in my quest. Permit me to pass the ultimate test. Help me in my quest. Permit me to pass the ultimate test.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على عبده ورسوله الأمين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Dear brothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome to this new episode of Ask Huda, where I'll try my level best to answer your questions. Before we get the first caller, Ibrahim asks, does an imam have to wear a qamis while leading prayer? A qamis is a shirt that may reach your waist or your thighs or your knees or maybe below that. So what I'm wearing at the moment, this thobe, is considered to be a qamis because it has an opening for the arms and it covers the upper body and some of the lower body as well. Some people think that in order for your prayer to be accepted, you have to wear a qamis, because we know that the Prophet ﷺ used to wear a qamis, and he used to wear a rida as well, something that covers the upper body as well, and an izar, an apron-like or a waist wrapper. So some people have this belief that praying in your trousers is not permissible, and this is wrong. As long as your trousers are covering your thighs, your backside, and it's not tight and it's not see-through. Tight meaning it's not skinny. It's not like wearing something that is exactly giving the shape of your legs and thighs and buttocks, etc. So if it's the normal trousers that people use and wear with suits, etc., this is permissible to pray in, inshallah, and the prayer is accepted. Would it be advisable to designate a qamis for your prayer? It depends on the area you're living in. So if someone goes to the masjid in an area where everyone is wearing trousers and shirts, etc., this is not recommended because you will stand out in a crowd. And by doing this, as if you're saying that what you're wearing is un-Islamic, what I'm wearing is Islamic. And there isn't such a thing. It depends on the community, on what people Okay, we have Muhammad from Dubai.
Assalamualaikum, Sheikh. How are you?
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Sheikh, this is regarding Islamic insurance.
Yes.
So I want to know whether we can go for this particular type of insurance where they claim that they have people who contribute money and for the good, for the benefit of everyone. So they call it as an Islamic insurance. So whether we can go for this, whether it's halal or how is it?
I will answer your question, Shah. Any more questions?
Okay. That's it.
Okay. Brother Rashid from Saudi Arabia. Brother Rashid.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine, Jazakallah khair.
Sir, last time I asked you one question regarding Hajj, and you told me there is a dam. I threw stone last day of Hajj before 10 minutes of Adhan, Dhuhr Adhan. You told me there is a... I forgot one thing, that I was appointed by two old person to throw on their behalf also, sir. So do I have to pay dam for those two people also, and overall three, or one is enough, sir?
Okay, if I understand your question, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're saying that you threw before al-Dhuhr on the last day of Hajj, and
yes,
you throw on behalf of two other people.
Myself and two other people also.
Who deputized you to do this?
Sorry, sir?
Who deputized you to throw on their behalf?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you're asking, should this be the sacrifice on your behalf or on their behalves as well?
Yeah, yes.
Any more questions?
No, sir. Thank you, sir.
I will answer your questions, inshallah. Brother Fahim?
Yes.
Yes, your question, Brother Fahim.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Sheikh, I have two questions. The first one is, what was the religion of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam before Islam?
Okay. Second?
The second one is that I want to know the authenticity of this hadith that said that the best type of jihad is the jihad of the one who strives against his own self. Is it authentic or not fabricated?
Okay. I will answer your question, inshallah. Okay. First of all, Muhammad from the Emirates is asking about the ruling on Islamic insurance. Basically speaking, Islamic insurance, when it was first introduced about 30 or so years ago, the scholars gathered and they gave the verdict that this type, as portrayed to them, is permissible. And what is that type? It is like a group of people joining forces. Let's say 1,000 person agree on allocating a wallet, a pot, where they contribute 1,000 riyals for a year. So 1,000 multiplied by 1,000, this is 1,000,000 riyals in this pot. And they agree that anyone who has a car accident or his house is burnt or he has to pay something for an accident that took place, they will compensate that person, and they would consider that this money allocated, the 1,000,000 riyals now, is for charity. It's in the sense of helping one another, only for the 1,000 people. And that is it. So people would have a car accident, or the house would be burnt, or a burglar breaks in, and they give this 50,000, 10,000, 1,000, depending on their need. Once the money is finished, they've spent the whole million, even if it was in the first or second week. If someone comes in and says, listen, someone crashed into my car and I need 5,000 riyals to fix it. And we say, tough luck, we don't have anything in the pot or in the wallet. He said, yes, but I gave you 1,000 riyals. Listen, you contributed. You did not do this as a form of commercial insurance where we have to pay you. The money is over. If this is the case, then this is halal insurance. Why? Because it is a form of collaboration on virtue and on good. What's happening at the moment, unfortunately, to my knowledge, maybe I don't have sufficient knowledge, but to what I know, is not like this. They're having corporates running the show. They're giving high salaries for the management, for the CEO, for the VPs, for the managers, etc. They are utilizing the money in the pot and investing it. And this is not what we agreed for. We agreed to give the money so that we would help one another. So they're investing part of it, and they are offering normal insurance services. What happens in the middle of the year if the money ran out? If we have floods and all of a sudden everybody wants a financial aid, so we give them from what they've contributed, and the money runs out. What happens? They say, we will borrow. Then this is exactly what the commercial insurance companies are doing. Say, yeah, but we will borrow on good terms, no interest, so they claim, and it goes on and on. So what I see it, the way I see it, that there isn't any such thing as correct Islamic insurance at the moment, especially those run by the corporates, and Allah Azza wa Jal knows best. Rashid is asking about a previous question where he said that the last day of Hajj, he did not throw the jamarat, the pebbles, after the adhan of Dhuhr, which he was supposed to do. And he did this after Fajr. So the scholars say that whoever does not throw on time, or whoever skips one day of throwing the pebbles, then he has to sacrifice a goat or a sheep to be slaughtered in Mecca and distributed the meat that is upon the poor in the Mecca area, in the Haram area. Now he's saying that, okay, I did this also for two people. They told me to do that on their behalf, and I did that. So do I have to slaughter two sheep? The answer is no. The slaughtering is on them. It is their problem. It is their mistake to do this, so you don't have to care about that either, inshallah. Fahim, okay, Muhammad from Emirates.
السلام عليكم شيخ.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
I have a question, two questions.
Okay.
One question is regarding killing small flies or walking or flying on the air. Generally, of course, killing any creation like dogs, cats is not allowed. But these small ants that are on your way or this, can you please little bit explain this issue? If it's okay, allowed to kill them, or we should always leave them.
So
Don't take them and take them away from us.
So if I see a mosquito and I do this, this is what you're asking about it?
I can't hear you. Sorry, sir.
If I see a mosquito and I
Yeah,
squash it.
Or these small ants walking on the floor or flying, do we have to catch them and put them away from the room, or
Okay.
it's okay to kill them?
Okay.
And my second question is that, as excellence of manner, this excellence of manner is to eat the food from the edge, and the barakah is mostly on the edge, not in the center. This is, of course, when the tray is in the middle and you take from the edge. How about if you take from the edge, and nowadays people put it on the plate? Of course, they don't eat from the tray. So if you put in your own plate, is it also sunnah you have to eat from around it, or is it okay to just eat from slowly from the edge and finish it?
Okay.
You got my point, Chief?
Yes.
And same thing with this drinking in the bottle. Sunnah is to put it in the glass, not in the bottle. How about this small masafi bottle, which is very small like a glass? Still, we have to put it in the glass. As I heard Chef just saying that it's sunnah to eat, to pour it in the cup, not to drink it from the bottle.
Okay. Okay, I will answer you, inshallah.
And just now I heard an excellence of manners in the program, where he said two things. One of that you have to put it in the glass.
Okay.
And so if it's a small, like a glass, a small coffee bottle, which all of us know that it's like 1.5 glass, we have to put it in the glass.
Are you sharing it or you're drinking from it on your own?
No, it's on my own.
Okay, خلاص. I will answer you, inshallah.
Can I just bring the bottle because it's small, or I have to put it in a glass as a part of sunnah?
I will answer your question, inshallah. The following question. Abdullah from Sweden.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Sheikh, I have two questions, inshallah, if I can go on.
Yes, go on.
The first question is that it is allowed for me to, example, go and study in Egypt or Saudi Arabia Islamic knowledge, while my parents don't allow it. And my parents also had their cousins, my brother here, the support they need, the economic goodwill here.
Do you have other brothers, siblings that to care?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I have two brothers here, a sister, my cousins. They have their own parents here too. They can support them economically. They don't have any need of me.
Okay. Okay.
So it's still allowed for me to go while they don't accept.
Okay.
And the second question is, Sheikh, I feel like I've become more distant from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even when I try to do nafil prayers, I feel always alone all the time. Example, when my parents say, why do you go to bed? Or the cousins say, why do you have the pants over the ankle? You should not do that. This affects my iman and affects me from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So what can I do to soften the heart or grow my iman? Because I find the iman just goes weaker and weaker. Sometimes I doubt about myself if the iman is there or not. Jazakallah khair.
وجزاك يا أخي الحبيب. Okay. Regarding the question, okay, brother Abdul Rahman from South Africa.
السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله. أخوانتي.
الحمد لله.
الحمد لله. خود. Yes.
I've got a question to ask you.
Yes, brother.
I was a Sunni Muslim before.
Okay.
And I became an Ahmadi Muslim.
Okay.
But now the Shaitan ulama here in my country has declared me a kafir.
Okay.
Now I would like to know on what basis could they declare me a kafir?
Okay.
Because they have no knowledge what is Ahmadiyyat all about and what is the belief. It's just a lot of concoction that they get from the ulama from India and Pakistan. They have no knowledge of Islam.
Okay.
So I would like to know what's your verdict on that.
as an Ahmadi, can you tell me what is your religion, in the sense that, is there a prophet after the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam?
If the Quran says so, then of course.
No, I'm asking you, is there?
You see, all the Muslim sects are waiting for the return of Nabi Isa. So
No,
who's the
yeah,
last
akhi,
prophet?
No, you did not answer my
If we
question.
take your belief, you say Nabi Isa is going to come. So if I say that Nabi Isa has come in the person of Mirza Ghulam Ahmad alayhi salam,
Okay,
so what's wrong with it?
okay. I will answer the question, Brother Abdurrahman.
Okay, Jazakumullah.
Jazak. Okay, Brother Fahim is asking, what was the religion of the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam before Islam? And the answer was Islam, in the sense that every newborn is born on the fitrah, as the Prophet said alayhi salatu wasalam. And the Prophet was one of those. And he did not change alayhi salatu wasalam. He believed in Allah the Almighty, but he did not have a law to worship Allah accordingly. And that is why he used to go for months in the cave of Hira and contemplating and pondering upon Allah's beautiful creations. So he was a Muslim, in the sense that he did not worship any other with Allah Azza wa Jal. And also he did not eat anything that was slaughtered to other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He never prostrated to any of the idols. So all in all, he was a Muslim, but he did not have a law or a religion as such, except the Abrahamic religion that the people of Arabia originally followed before Shaitan made them go out of Tawheed into worshipping others with Allah Azza wa Jal. His second question is the hadith of the best of jihad is to offer jihad to oneself. I don't know about this hadith personally. We hear it a lot, but it is not a hadith to my knowledge. I have to go and check it out in the books of hadith. However, we know that jihad is a number of different types. There is jihad of one's self, there is jihad of shaitan, there is jihad of the disbelievers, there is jihad of the hypocrites, and there is jihad of the sinners. And each one has its equipment or weaponry, if you wish, to perform jihad with. So if you drop me an email, inshallah, I'll try my level best to look into it. Now, Muhammad says, what's the ruling on killing a small insect? Anything that harms you, you're allowed to kill in Islam. So if there is a dog that is harming you and affecting you and is causing you fear and it's a stray dog, you can kill that dog without any problem. If there's a cat that is dropping and tearing your furniture and you're unable to get rid of it without killing it, you can kill it. And likewise, these insects, you can kill them without a problem. She's saying that, what's the ruling on if I put food in my plate? Now we know that the sunnah is we eat from the edges of the food and of the plate, and not to eat from the middle, because the Prophet told us that the barakah, the blessing of Allah Azza wa Jalla, is something we cannot see, but we know that it exists and we try our level best to detect it. And the Prophet tells us, do not eat from the middle, eat from what's in front of you. So she says that if I have it in my plate, can I eat from the middle? I would suggest that you do not, because the instruction of the Prophet ﷺ is general. And you don't want to eat the barakah, the blessing from the middle, and then have the rest of the food without any barakah. You should try to maintain this throughout your meal. She's asking about that. We know of the prohibition from drinking from the mouth of the water container, which usually brings bad feeling to a person, especially when there are others using it. So what's the ruling on that? If the container itself is a bottle, so if I'm having a bottle of beer, non-alcoholic of course, and I drink from it, or a water container that is half a liter and it's all for me, so do I have to pour it in a glass and then drink from the glass? No, you don't have to do that. You can drink it straight up without any problem, inshallah. Abdullah from Sweden is saying that he is interested in coming to Saudi Arabia to Egypt, to Qatar, any Muslim country where they give Islamic studies as a scholarship, and he would like to study Islam. And his parents disagree and they don't want him to leave. And the ruling is, as long as you have other siblings, as long as your livelihood is not of your parents is not dependent on you being there, akhi, you can leave even if your parents do not agree. Because seeking knowledge, especially in the conditions in the country where you are, especially with the target of spreading Islam and being an anchor in your country for giving da'wah and spreading the true Islam among the Muslims there, this is a very noble cause, and you do not require the permission of your parents as stated in the conditions earlier. Now he says that I get sometimes lonely and I feel weak in my iman because, and this is normal, anyone would feel like this. If your parents are against you and the whole community that you live in is free mixing, birthday parties, Christmas is coming, and New Year's celebrations, and probably they would maybe, I don't know, have some more serious sins such as intoxicants, wine, beer, etc. In such an environment, if you're a loner, you would have difficulties, because the Prophet told us, alayhi salatu wasalam, that the wolf does not attack the herd of sheep. He waits until one sheep goes out and then he attacks it. So you are at the moment are the lonely sheep. And that is why you're feeling depressed. That's why you're feeling weak in your iman. You're not encouraged to do so many good things you want to do, but something is pulling you down, and this is what shaitan is good at. So how to do, what to do? There are a number of ways. I always tell the brothers and sisters to follow these ways, especially when they're living in a non-Muslim country. Number one, you have to increase the portion of knowledge by reading the Quran, a great deal of it, not only 1 page and 2 pages a day. No, read a great deal of it. Learn more about the Sunnah. Read a lot about the seerah of the Prophet ﷺ. How did he act? How did he react to these campaigns that the pagans and the idol worshippers used to launch against him, and their relentless efforts in trying to get him out of Islam by either seducing him or by intimidating him? Once you read this, this increases your iman. Alongside this, you must attend a lot of circles of knowledge in your hometown if you have some. If you don't have some, initiate some of your own and call people. And mostly important, in my opinion, is that you have to surround yourself with practicing brothers. True practicing Muslim brothers, because once you're with them, you hang out with them, you go to attend lectures with them, you arrange conferences with them, and you travel with them. Being with these bunch of true believers who are following the true Quran and Sunnah on the understanding of the Salaf, you will increase your iman you will boost it. You will find this boost is so astonishing that it will re-energize your iman. And I believe that if you do this, then inshallah you are at good hands. Abdurrahman from South Africa, he's saying that he was a Sunni Muslim and he converted into an Ahmadi. And he's saying that people say that Ahmadis are not Muslims. Well, and he said that the scholars of India and Pakistan, they're brainwashing the people. I'm afraid that it's not the scholars of Pakistan or India or Saudi Arabia or Egypt or Jordan or Syria or Iraq or Iran or Indonesia. The whole of the Muslim Ummah consider the Qadianis, the Baha'is, the Ahmadis not to be part of the Muslims. We are not, as Muslims, allowed to marry from you. We are not allowed to eat from your slaughtering. If you slaughter a sheep, we can eat a sheep that was slaughtered by a Christian or by the Jew, because they're mentioned in the Quran. Because you have nullified your Islam by falsifying things and claiming that it is part of the Quran, or if not the Quran. The majority of the Ahmadis are non-Arabs, so they don't understand the Quran. If I tell them that 1, 2, 3, ABC, look at me, is a verse of the Quran, say, nice, let's rhyme and make it a song and dance to it. They don't know what the Quran is. They have nothing related to Arabic. So they are just following their shepherd, unfortunately. But anyone claiming that there is a prophet or a messenger coming after the Prophet ﷺ, he's a kafir. He's an apostate, and he's not a Muslim. The thing that he said that, okay, if Jesus Christ is coming at the end of time, this means that there is a prophet after the Prophet ﷺ, and this is not true. Jesus came before the Prophet ﷺ. So when he descends at the end of time, he would not be coming again with a new law. He would not be coming again with a new religion. He would not even lead the prayer when he descends, because Muhammad ibn Abdullah al-Mahdi would be wanting after the Iqamah to lead the Muslims in Fajr prayer, and when he sees Jesus Christ descending, he retreats and he wants him to lead the prayer, and Jesus says, no, it was made for you. The Iqamah was made for you, and you're the one who to lead. And he leads Jesus, Isa ibn Maryam, with the congregation. And this shows you that he does not come with a new religion. He's a follower of the Prophet's ﷺ religion, and that is why he breaks the cross, he kills a swine, and he does not take the jizya anymore from the Christians or the Jews, because he is there. So this misconception, unfortunately, I know that I will not be able to change your mind, because usually people are adamant at what they believe, especially if it is something that deals with their arrogance. So yes, we took this on, and even if it's wrong, we're going to keep on doing it until we die. Unfortunately, you do not constitute 1 in a million of the Muslim world. And unfortunately, you don't have the proper knowledge that Arabs have from the Quran and from the Sunnah. And thirdly, the issue could go on, and it would take ages to probably explain. Okay, Abdurrahman, I don't want to make this a debate, Akhi, because this is not the proper time. It's only for questions and answers. But as long as the people in the control took your call, yes, sir.
Rasulullah said 72 Muslim sects will invite towards Jahannam.
True.
And only one will invite towards Jannah.
True. Complete.
I can prove to you from the Quran, if you don't believe in a prophet, you're a kafir. Not if you believe in a prophet, you're a kafir. And I'll give you the verse of the Quran where Allah says, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ يَكْفُرُونَ بِاللَّهِ وَرُسُلِهِ وَيُرِيدُونَ أَن يُفَرِّقُوا بَيْنَ اللَّهِ وَرُسُلِهِ وَيَقُولُونَ نُؤْمِنُ بِبَعْضٍ وَنَكْفُرُ بِبَعْضٍ وَيُرِيدُونَ أَن يَتَّخِذُوا بَيْنَ ذَلِكَ سَبِيلًا أُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْكَافِرُونَ حَقًّا.
True.
Khatam al-Nabiyyin does not mean the last and final prophet. Of course, the Muhammad is the last and final bearing prophet. But Khatam al-Nabiyyin means the most exalted, the most elevated of the prophet. No prophet of the Sharia will come after him.
My
He's
friend,
the last and final prophet.
my
This is what we
friend.
believe.
Okay, Abdurrahman, my friend.
So
I understand what you're coming from.
Be just is the closest to righteousness.
My friend, I know everything you are saying. The ayah you have mentioned is in Surah An-Nisa, chapter 4, verse 150. I know, but the problem is with how do we say, colleagues or friends, the hadith that he has quoted states that my ummah would be divided into 73 sects. The Prophet says, all of them are in hell except one. He didn't finish the hadith. The companion said, which one are they? Which one is it, O Prophet of Allah? He said, whoever follows what I and my companions follow. And we tell those Ahmadis, Qadianis, Baha'is, where did you come from? The Prophet ﷺ did not prophesize your coming. He prophesied every single thing. And he sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us about what is going to happen, and he told us that will come after me 37 in one narration, or almost 40 false prophets, liars who claim to be prophets and they don't have anything. And look at the miracles that these false prophets have given us. Nothing, zero. Look at what they called. They called their people to obey the kafir ruler who invaded their country. They called the people to turn against those who abide by the Quran and the Sunnah, and to join forces with the kafir invaders who gave them their welfare, who gave them their citizenship. And this is something that no Muslim would accept. And this was not the verdict of the Wahhabis. They call us Wahhabis. Not the verdict of Al-Azhar only. Not the verdict of the scholar. It is the consensus of all scholars of the Muslim Ummah. You're talking about 1.6 or 1.7 billion who raise a flag and say the Ahmadis, the Baha'is, the Qadianis are kafir. No matter what they do, as long as they believe in their false beliefs and they do not believe in the Prophet ﷺ to be the seal of the prophethood. What is the seal of the prophethood? It's just a seal and then we have other prophets as well. Anyone who knows Arabic knows that the Prophet said himself, and there is no Nabi after me. He said that, I am the seal of the prophethood and there is no Nabi after me. So people come say, no, yeah, there is one or two. This is unacceptable. I believe we have a short break. I'll take my pills of high blood pressure and we'll be right back.
The Messenger of Allah, peace be upon him, narrated that when Allah, glory be to him, wishes good for someone, he bestows upon him understanding of the religion, and that Allah makes the path to paradise easy for those who seek knowledge. Preoccupied by work or family in the modern world, a Muslim may struggle to find time for acquiring Islamic knowledge. To ease this struggle, we are launching Huda Academy to be your gateway to online Islamic e-learning.
Enroll now and study from our renowned scholars. Learn Aqidah from Dr. Muhammad Salah.
Learn Fiqh from Dr. Hatim Al-Hajj.
Learn Hadith from Dr. Muhammad Sa'id.
Learn Tafsir from Sheikh Ibrahim Zidan.
And learn Arabic from our professional instructors.
Successful graduates of Huda Academy will go through a final test and eventually receive a certificate of completion.
To enroll and learn more about Huda Academy, please visit us online at hudaonlineacademy.com.
Huda Academy, your gateway to authentic Islamic knowledge. Europe's forgotten heritage.
This is a sad reminder of the past history of the Muslims in the city. Nowadays, there are no Muslims anymore. These are the mosques that have remained. And it is really sad. Wait a second, this is Morocco. No, this is Tunisia, Algeria, North Africa, Egypt. No, this is all Europe, and this is all part of Spain. Islam spread first in Africa, and then from Africa, it came over to Europe, and then it did developing work in Europe. Now, we look the other way around nowadays. The compass was invented by the Muslims. Many important inventions came from the time of the Muslims on the Iberian Peninsula. Instead of people becoming less in battles, as we normally know, as we know in battles obviously people die, but no, what was happening? The Spaniards recognized and realized the superiority of the Muslims and the treatment that the Muslims gave to the Christians and the Jews in Spain at that time, that they happily accepted Islam, many of them. And not over the fountain, as we've seen it before in other places in Greece. Now, it has some Arabic on top, as well as it had some Arabic down, where the tap used to be, or where the water was coming out.
Pack your bags, grab your passports, and join Dr. Steph Karis as he takes us through Europe and rediscovers Europe's forgotten heritage, only on Huda TV.
Bismillah, assalamu alaikum, and welcome back. Brother Harith, or Haris, says that some scholars advise to recite Takbir al-Tashriq after every Fard Salah, specifically Salah that is, from the 9th Dhul Hijjah, which is Arafah day, Fajr, till Asr of the 13th. Is it proven by any authentic hadith? This is something known to the scholars as the specific Takbir and the general Takbir. The general Takbir is to offer Takbir whenever you are from the beginning of the month of Dhul Hijjah until the day of Arafat or the day of Eid, until the Imam comes out. And the specific Takbir is to be done after the Fajr Fard of Arafah, the 9th, only after Fard Salat, until the last day of Tashriq, which is the 13th of Dhul Hijjah, because the Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, that these days, the days of Tashriq and the day of Eid, are days of eating, drinking, and remembering Allah. And Abdullah ibn Umar and his father Umar in Mina, they used to fill Mina with Takbir. Abdullah ibn Umar, may Allah be pleased with him, and other companions used to go during the 10 days of Dhul Hijjah, remembering Allah Azza wa Jal and offering Takbir. And also, it was reported that the scholars say, but it is not an authentic hadith. And that is why Sheikh Abdul Aziz ibn Baz and other scholars say that it is reported. It is not an authentic, but due to the fact that weak hadiths in such incidents, they say it is permissible to apply, as there are other quotations from the companions. So this strengthens that, and that is why it's being practiced. We have a caller. Abdullah from Nigeria.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. Good evening.
Good evening to you. Alaikum salam, akhi.
Yes, Sheikh, this goes to show you the kind of people we have that are practicing Islam. I mean, it is very unfortunate that an intelligent person like the last caller, yes. I'm very surprised, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us to the right path.
Ameen, ameen.
I have two questions,
yes.
Sheikh, regarding zakat. The first one is, if you are owing somebody some money, and then you want to remove your zakat, can you tell that person that, okay, I'm giving you $1,000, this $1,000 I'm giving you as zakat, and I am now going to use it to wipe out the debt that, I'm owing you. Can you do that?
Second question.
The second one is a branch of the first one. If, for example, you say, okay, I have $1,000 with you. It's my money. You have not paid me. So what I'm going to do now is give this $1,000 to Mr. A and B, $500 each. And I'm going to now give it as my zakat, that you are going to give out this $1,000 to Mr. A and B.
Okay.
Because you are rich, you cannot take it. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say.
I understand the question. I will answer it, inshallah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Abida says that it is permissible to make wudu with your earrings. I believe that she is referring to the earrings, or on however you loosen it, meaning you wash around the earrings. Well, as for your question, and as for the rings itself, it was not reported that the Prophet ﷺ, whenever he performed wudu, used to take the ring off. So some scholars, and this is the opinion of Sheikh Ibn Uthaymeen, says that it is considered to be part of the finger, and you can perform your wudu normally without having to remove it. But the majority of scholars say that you have to loosen it a little bit so that you ensure that the water comes underneath. And likewise with the earrings, but there's a big difference, because in the finger you have to wash it. With your ear, you do not have to wash it. What you have to wash is your face without the ears. So you wash your face, and when it comes to the place where you wipe over your head, you do this in this way. You go back once and you come forward. This is wiping the head. And then for the ear, you just rub the inside and the outside once with the same water that you use to wipe over your hair. So you do not actually wash or even reach the area where the earrings are. So even if you reach where close to by, this is sufficient and enough, inshallah. Abdullah from Nigeria had two questions, and The first question was that I gave someone a loan, let's say $1,000, and 3-4 years and he did not pay. So I said to myself, okay, this year I have to give $5,000. I'm a rich man. I have to give $5,000 to the poor as zakat, as my zakat. So I said, okay, $1,000 of my zakat, I will go to this friend of mine and say, listen, the $1,000 you borrowed 5 years ago and you're unable to pay it back, tell you what, let's call it even. This is zakat and I'm giving it to you, so touche. We don't have to worry about that debt anymore. Is this permissible? And the answer is no. Why? Because the money that you were supposed to get out of your pocket, $1,000, is back into your pocket because that person is unable to give the money, the loan back to you, which means that you have struck two birds with one stone. And this is conflict of interest. The money has to come out of your pocket and be given to the needy, not to just erase it from his loan or from my accounts. What should I do? If that person is in need for zakat, he's eligible for zakat, I'd give him $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000 as zakat. And he would take the money and now it's his. Now, whether he wants to give me back the $1,000, the loan or not, this is up to him. There's no forcing him. Likewise, I cannot go to him and say, listen, give $5 to Ahmed and $5 to Abdul Rahman. And this is as part of my zakah. Because he may not have the money in hand. So this is, again, not permissible. We have a caller from Nigeria. Ibrahim from Algiers.
Algeria.
Yes, Ibrahim.
Hello, Sheikh.
Yeah, hello to you. How are you, friend?
Hello. Yeah, fine. Allah bless you.
You too. Jazakallah khair.
Sheikh, my question regarding, the money exchange.
Okay.
Yeah, in some country we have what we call the black market. So we buy and sell, euro or dollar from the black market. So does it have the same ruling as the gold, what we call yet, or doesn't matter? We sell it and buy it, but in any way that we will take it as goods.
Okay, when you sell and buy, it is simultaneously you take and give at the same time?
Yeah, we say we buy and sell, but does it mean yes, or doesn't matter? We take, the money or the euro or the dollar as the good, as any other good.
Yes, but the most important thing in the transaction of money exchange is that I give you 1,000 euros, you give me $1,500 at the same time, not giving you and then after a few hours I give it back. It has to be simultaneously.
I see.
And you have to also not break the law. So if the black market is not breaking the law and they're allowing it and they're turning their face to the other direction, it's okay. But if it's against the law and you know that if being caught you're going to be thrown into jail, this is not permissible.
My second question regarding also the same subject, sometimes we give more money to get, the big notes. For example, to buy a note of 500 euro, we give more money. Is it allowed or it's kind of usury?
I'm not sure I understand the question. You give 500 euros to what?
We give more money to buy, the big notes. For example, we used to buy 500 notes. We give more money. Is it kind of usury or it's allowed?
You buy it from whom? Someone gives you 500 euros?
From the black market.
So you're buying money with money in the same time giving and take?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
No, okay, no problem.
No problem.
I will answer your question, inshallah. Abdullah from Sweden. Brother Abdullah?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Sorry, I was questioning you later on about this hadith you said about the wolf and the sheep.
Yes.
It's easy for the shaitan to take the Muslim. I just want the right understanding of the hadith. And also, if I struggle to get through this calamity I have right now, and we know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows everything, He sees everything, will I be accountable of this situation I am, like the money go lower and so on?
Okay.
And also, I feel that the knowledge I gain from the brothers, I forget the knowledge I gain, like basic knowledge about Tawhid Rububiyyah, Uluhiyyah, about Al-Asma wa Sifat, this basic knowledge, what Allah subhanahu blesses me with. I forget that right now. So how can I do, inshallah, so to gain this knowledge back, prove Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that I really want His guidance. As I say to the brothers, I can fool you, but I cannot fool Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when He has guided me for 2 years ago, I want to be steadfast of the important truth, inshallah, because like all the Muslims, we want to be good, and to be good, we have to follow the guidance. Jazakallah khair.
Wa jazak. I will answer your question, inshallah. Ibrahim from Algiers, he's asking about money exchange. Money exchange in Islam is permissible. If I have $1,000 and I come to you and I say, how much you're going to buy this from me? And you tell me, I'll buy it for 2,000, whatever. And I say, okay. And I give you 1,000 and I take 2,000 at the same meeting without any postponement. Give and take at the same time. This is permissible in Islam. Now, his second question is, what about if in the euro costs in my country, in the normal banks, €1 for $1. But because we have a lot of tourists coming, and we give them a better price. So instead of buying the dollar for €1, we buy the dollar for 1.5 euros. And they would not find this rate anywhere else. Again, this is permissible. If you sell or if you buy the dollar for 10 euros, no problem. For 100 euros, no problem. As long as we agree, and as long as I give you and I take from you at the same time, this is permissible, providing, as stated, that this is in accordance to the law. Because you have to respect the law of the country you're in. If the country tells you that this is illegal and you're not allowed to do this, then you should not do it. But if it's everywhere, if it's in the market, someone comes to you and says, hey, I've got something for you. You want to take? And you say, okay, if it's not drugs and it's not stolen goods, I have no problem. Say, I have 1,000 euros. I'll sell it for you for this and that. And you think it's a good price and it's in the open. Nobody's telling you that this is against the law. You can buy it and there's no problem in that, inshallah. Abdullah from, who? Maymuna from Saudi Arabia. Maymuna.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, your question?
Yes, Sheikh. Yes, Sheikh. Yes, I have two questions. One regarding the ayat in Surah Al-Waqi'ah where it says, "La yamassahu illa al-mutahharun." What is this like relating to as to women when in the administration time touching the Quran? I listened to one time I heard from a sheikh that he says that ayah is referring to the Lawh al-Mahfuz, that none touched it except the angels or the shayateens does not have access to it. Another sheikh is explaining to the ayah as none can touch it, to women when it's the time doing administration. So what can you touch on that and explain more to me if you can? The other one is I'm from America and came to here in the Saudi Arabia just to increase my knowledge in Islam and teach my children the culture of Islam and the characters of Islam, basically. And I find it very difficult right now here. I feel that like my iman is getting weak, and I feel that I'm losing my knowledge, which I already have. I'm finding a hard time to increase my knowledge in Islam due to the lack of language and really less resources of where to learn and what to do.
Okay. Okay, I will answer.
I heard that you're from here, so if you can mention some few resources would be great about that.
Inshallah. I will do that. Abdullah from Qatar.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Sheikh, my question is regarding wudu.
Okay.
I was informed by someone that while making wudu, while washing your feet, you're supposed to wash your right foot with your right hand and left foot with your left hand. As far as I know, while doing masa, this is the case. Please advise on this.
Okay. Any more questions?
Jazakallah khairan.
Wajazak. Okay. Abdullah from Sweden, he was asking about the meaning of the hadith that I've mentioned. The Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, إِنَّمَا يَأْكُلُ الذِّئْبُ مِنَ الْغَنَمِ الْقَاصِيَةِ. This is the Arabic word, that the wolf only attacks and eats the stray sheep. Meaning that when the sheep is with the herd, the wolf would not attack them all. He would wait until one is a renegade, one is wandering around alone, and then he will attack it. Likewise, shaitan does the same thing. So this was a metaphor, this was a parable that has been given to us by the Prophet ﷺ, that the community, the practicing brothers surrounding you are your pack. They are your herd. They're watching your back. And the shaitan is the wolf. The minute you say, I'm fed up with the brothers, I just want to be on my own, I want to have a quality time, I want to wander on my own, this is when shaitan comes to you. So this is the meaning of the hadith. And he's asking his second question, if I understood it correctly, does Allah hold us accountable for such feelings of depression and for weakness of iman? The answer is no. This is something you do not have a grip on. It's not your responsibility. It's not that I wake up in the morning and I say, I look into my forearm and I see a thermometer saying that, oh, my iman is low or high, and then I adjust it. It is something that is a calamity and a test from Allah Azza wa Jal. What Allah holds us accountable for is what we do to reach such a level. So if you spend your time watching movies and listening to music, and then you go to bed and you wake up in the morning depressed, you're feeling sad and you're feeling blue, this is what you have achieved with your own two hands. But if no, because this is the environment, I'm trying to improve, I'm trying to progress, but I'm unable to do this with the environment I'm living in, then Allah Azza wa Jal would not hold you accountable for that. Hiba from Saudi.
Assalamu alaikum, Shaykh.
Salam wa rahmatullah.
Okay, I just have a question regarding, we're always taught that we're supposed to forgive and, try to look over the faults of others. And that's better than, either seeking revenge or just not dealing with people. But then there's also, an idea that we learn about against the enemy, and against people who have oppressed you. So where's that line between when you have to forgive this person or make dua against this person, especially if they're a clear enemy and if they're not dealing with you according to Islamic behavior?
Okay. Any more questions?
Thank you. That's it.
Okay. Safiya from the Emirates. Listen to me from the phone and mute your TV, please, Safiya.
Yeah, I heard you, Sheikh. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa
Sheikh, I would like to ask you, rather tell you that I have been suffering from an irritable bowel syndrome kind of disease from the last 3 years,
okay,
which has made me very much housebound, and I'm unable to move out and do my daily activities. Slowly, the condition is becoming kind of worse. So I am also shortening my prayers. Only making it farad. But most of the days of the month, I'm unable to get up for Fajr, and I feel extremely guilty after that because of taking medication in the night, etc. Also, that is one thing I feel guilty. I just want you to help me or tell me some 2-3 words of consolation or piece of advice which would make me feel better.
Okay.
And one more question I wanted to ask you, that since I'm so much housebound, I am reading a lot of Islamic literature. I think it's a blessing in disguise, probably. And getting myself acquainted with the religion. But sometimes in the evenings, when I am alone at home and I'm getting a little bored, I'd like to watch a bit of television. Is that permissible? If you're watching some soap operas, just, some mindless comedy or something, Because I know it is not allowed. So can you just shed some light on that? Thank you so much.
You're giving the fatwa yourself. Okay, I will inshallah try to address your question. Okay, I have 5 minutes. Jazakumullah khair, the people in the control are telling me after having this log. Okay, Maymuna from Saudi Arabia, she says the ayah in Surah Al-Waqi'ah that only the purified can touch it. إنه لقرآن كريم في كتاب مكنون لا يمسه إلا المطهرون. So what is the meaning of that? The scholars say that لا يمسه إلا المطهرون is a reference to the preserved tablet, that no one touches it except the angels. So it is not in reference to the Quran. So this ayah has no reference to the Quran. However, the majority of scholars say that you should not hold the Quran in your hand, the book itself, if you are in your menses. You can recite it from a tafsir, a book of tafsir, from your PDA, from your mobile phone, from your computer, and this does the job. And she's saying that she's here in Saudi Arabia is specifically to learn more about Islam, learn Arabic, and to increase in her iman. But she's saying that her iman is plunging, and it's going down and down. So she's asking me as a local what to do. Again, the same question I gave to our brother from Sweden, Abdullah. Surround yourself with practicing sisters. You can go to the offices of Al-Jaliyat. And these da'wah centers, they have classes for sisters, and they have gathering for sisters, especially here in Jeddah, mashallah. They are doing a good job. And also in Riyadh, it's even better and better, mashallah. So they are thriving to make an environment for the brothers and sisters to learn more about their religion and to be in a community where they would have their iman increase. Give it a try, and inshallah, I hope that you pray for me afterwards. Abdullah from Qatar, she's saying that one told her that when you're washing the right foot in wudu, you have to use your right hand. And if you're washing the left, you have to use the left. And this is baseless. This applies only when you are wiping over the socks, because this is a sunnah. So when I perform wudu and it comes to the part where I have to wipe over my socks or my shoes, then in this case, this is what I do. Right for the right and left for the left, and it's one wipe, that is it. But in washing, no, you can use both hands without any problem, inshallah. Hiba from Saudi Arabia says that there's a confusion in her mind when to forgive and when to seek a vengeance. Because what's the line? Allah described the believers to be humiliating themselves to the Muslims and to be arrogant and tough to the non-Muslims. So when someone of your Muslim brothers does something, sisters that is, does something wrong to you, the sunnah is that you forgive. And this is the higher grade. If you seek your right and you avenge yourself without exceeding or without going into extreme, this is permissible. فَجَزَاءُ سَيِّئَةٍ سَيِّئَةٌ مِثْلُهَا. A sayyi'ah with or by a sayyi'ah. There's no problem. But whoever forgives and tries to do good, then this is definitely better, and his reward is with Allah Azza wa Jal. And this is what Abu Bakr did, may Allah be pleased with him, with his cousin Mastah ibn Athatha, when he slandered the mother of the believers, Aisha, his cousin's daughter. So he was so poor that Abu Bakr used to give him allowance. Abu Bakr said, no more. Because of what he had done, I would never give him a single penny, until Allah Azza wa Jal revealed this beautiful ayah in Surah An-Nur, and the Prophet recited it to the Abu Bakr, and where Allah says that you should forgive and you should pardon. Don't you want Allah to have mercy on you and forgive your sins? Abu Bakr said, yes, I do. By Allah, I will continue to give him his allowance. So if this is the case, yes, you should forgive and pardon. But if it's with an enemy, with a disbeliever, with someone who is relentless in taking your rights, he's taking your money and you forgive him, he takes your money. Now this is not logical. This, you have to draw a line, because this is an antisocial element, as they say. Safiya is having this illness. May Allah Azza wa Jal cure her and restore her health back to her. And she is depressed because of losing Fajr due to medication she takes. And she doesn't know what to do. Well, I'll give you a simple remedy. This illness is a test from Allah, and you're not the only one. Ayub peace be upon him, the Prophet of Allah was tested with a severe illness that people neglected him because of his illness. It was so awful to them for 18 years, and he's a prophet. So you're not even close to him. So inshallah, and your illness is not as close to his or as bad as his. Pray to Allah Azza wa Jal, and Allah Azza wa Jal will cure you and will reward you for your patience. And this life is only moments. You blink and you open your eyes and years pass by. Blink another time and you won't be able to open your eyes because you're dead. So this is a test, and you are in the examination room. You are doing your test. Be patient and do a lot of ruqyah. Bring Zamzam water, recite Surah Al-Fatiha 3 times and blow Ayat Al-Kursi, the last 2 ayahs of Surah Al-Baqarah, Amana Rasul, the last 3 surahs of the Quran, the last 3 quls, and blow and drink from that water in the morning, in the evening, and before you go to bed. Wash your face, wash your body with it, and believe that Zamzam water is a cure from all illnesses, and Allah Azza wa Jal would cure you. As for your question regarding watching soap operas, this increases in your illness. Now people, when they are in distress, they turn to whom they think that has the cure and their escape route. Now you're turning away from Allah Azza wa Jal. Instead of devoting all your time to supplicating and insisting on Allah Azza wa Jal that He subhanahu wa ta'ala cures you, you turn away from Him and say, yeah, I need some time off, watching soap operas, comedies, and things that are considered to be laghu, if not real haram. So you know the answer for that. You answered yourself. Be steadfast. Tie your heart, connect your heart to Allah Azza wa Jal. Believe in Allah, who is the only one who can cure you, and with the grace of Allah, you will find the cure coming to your way very soon. I'm afraid that this is all the time we have. Until we meet you next time, fi amanillah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Allah is my heart's speech. Your mercy is what I beseech. Keep in my heart your remembrance, and in your deen allow me to advance. Help me in my quest. Permit me to pass the ultimate test. Help me in my quest.